Worry is a waste of imagination. Imagination is the most marvelous, miraculous, inconceivably powerful force the world has ever known. When you start to develop your powers of empathy and imagination, the whole world up to you. Creativity has much to do with experience, observation, and imagination, and if any one of those key elements is missing, it doesn't work. Science may set limits to knowledge, but should not set limits to imagination. Reality is for people that lack imagination. All I have in my life is my imagination. Normality is a fine ideal for those who have no imagination. For millions of years, mankind lived just like the animals. Then something happened which unleashed the power of our imagination. We learned to talk, and we learned to listen. The greatest gift you can give a child is an imagination. I have visualized my imagination so clearly and so consistently that it has manifested itself into my reality. Never, ever let anyone tell you what you can and can't do. Prove the cynics wrong. Pity them, for they have no imagination. The sky's the limit. Your sky, your limit. Now, let's dance. The imagination is precious. Don't lose it. Don't lose the child in you. I am enough of an artist to draw freely upon my imagination. Imagination is more important than knowledge. Knowledge is limited. Imagination encircles the world. I can never stand still. I must explore and experiment. I am never satisfied with my work. I resent the limitations of my own imagination. I cannot exaggerate the effect of this marvelous sight on my childish imagination. Day after day, I asked myself, what is electricity, and found no answer. 80 years have gone by since, and I still ask the same question, unable to answer it. Imagination should be used, not to escape reality, but to create it. Time spent with children is time well spent. Their little minds are not constrained by reality or focused upon goals. Anything and everything is possible. Imagination will often carry us to worlds that never were, but without it, we go nowhere. If you want a vision of the future, imagine a boot stamping on a human face forever. Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us, above us only sky. Imagine all the people living for today. Music gives a soul to the universe, wings to the mind, flight to the imagination, and life to everything. Imagination plus innovation equals realization. The writer must have a good imagination to begin with, but the imagination has to be muscular, which means it must be exercised in a disciplined way, day in and day out, by writing, failing, succeeding, and revising. Doubts and mistrust are the mere panic of timid imagination, which the steadfast heart will conquer and the large mind transcend. Imagination is a powerful agent for creating, as it were, a second nature out of the material supplied to it by actual nature. That's what we storytellers do. We restore order with imagination. We instill hope again and again and again. To do much clear thinking, a person must arrange for regular periods of solitude when they can concentrate and indulge the imagination without distraction. Description begins in the writer's imagination, but should finish in the reader's. The world of imagination is the world of eternity. It is the divine bosom into which we shall all go after death of the vegetative body. You have all the reason in the world to achieve your grandest dreams. Imagination plus innovation equals realization. Suspense is like a work ad. The more left to the imagination, the more the excitement. I just have a relationship with my imagination. It's like my friend almost, Stephen Wright. I always imagined I could be what I wanted to. The best vision is insight. For me, it's always a failure of the imagination. I have that anxiety that time is passing, that everything is ultimately fleeting and impermanent. I better take advantage of every single moment. The future belongs to young people with an education and the imagination to create. Every child is born blessed with a vivid imagination. The intellectual imagination, with me all or not at all, non serviam. Nature has no outline, imagination has. The Orkney imagination is haunted by time.
Did you like this video? Like and share someone. Don't forget to comment now. Any more and subscribe more videos.